Hello and welcome. It's week 4, which means it's the final week of APA training camp. And everything that we've done so far will be put into practice, culminating in an end-to-end build you can be proud of. I hope you're as excited as I am. You can almost imagine that we're halfway up the mountain, staring at the foot of the summit, and one final push and we'll be there. Now, hopefully you've completed weeks 1 to 3 before you start on this week, because there's going to be a lot of knowledge that you'll need in order to build our final agentic process automation. But it wouldn't be fair of me to let you loose onto the week 4 activities if I didn't provide a recap of everything that we've done so far. So let's get into it. Week 1 was where we introduced agentic process automation, its concepts and its terminology. I ran you through human in the loop and how you can implement it in automation anywhere. We then covered model connections and how you can govern your AI-powered automations before we discussed the technologies that power APA, such as agents and tools, before the broader topic of how APA can be used to solve business challenges. We then moved on to week 2, and we covered the CoSTAR framework, which is a way of crafting truly effective prompts using context, objective, style, tone, audience, and response. Then we started exploring some of the capabilities that we'd referenced in week 1. So we covered the classification of data, how you can analyze sentiment, extract name entities from unstructured data, and even transform that data as well. We then dived into territory that a lot of agentic influencers fail to address, which is testing. And we showed you how to use F1 scores for that. And then came last week, week 3, and we covered working with Automation Anywhere's enterprise knowledge, our RAG solution, and you saw how powerful it is, and hopefully you are already thinking of ways you could leverage that to achieve some awesome outcomes. We then built some AI skills around summarization, translation, we generated content, and we taught it how to make decisions. And by the time you completed week 3, you knew all 8 of the AI skills that we introduced at the very start of the training camp. And then finally, we covered how you can evaluate completeness and faithfulness, because sometimes there's not a binary right or wrong answer. So that brings us here. It brings us on to week 4. And we'll be putting all of that knowledge together to build an end-to-end AI-powered project, alongside covering how you can deploy it. We'll be leveraging the AI skills that you created over weeks 2 and 3, along with the CoSTAR framework, to build an autonomous process which can classify support tickets and determine the appropriate steps needed to resolve them. And this is super exciting to me because this type of use case would be impossible to solve with standard automation. Now, to give you as much juice for the squeeze as a wise person once said, we're going to show you 2 different ways of solving this challenge. The first one will be an autonomous process, whereby we create an agent and give it the ability to think and make decisions by itself. It will decide which tools to run and when, and write all of that state into short-term memory. Now, I know that sounds completely scary, but don't worry. We'll be putting a human-in-the-loop layer into the middle of the process to make sure no affirmative action can be taken without human approval. We'll then show you how we can build a more deterministic approach, whereby we can remove the agent dependency to give us more control and be more explicit about the next steps within the process. But I promise you, by the end of this, you will truly see the power of agentic process automation within Automation Anywhere and be able to imagine the possibilities of where you can use it within your organization. Now, to make sure you get the most out of week 4, here are 4 really useful tips that I urge you to embrace in this final week. The first one is make that connection. When you're building out the end-to-end video, don't just mindlessly copy every element in the video without asking why. Why are we doing this? Or how could we do this within our organization? These questions are super important to make sure that you make that mental link between what you're seeing on the video and what you're doing in practice. Second, meet with your team to brainstorm and share ideas for autonomous agentic process automations. Many heads are, of course, better than one, and I'm confident that what you'll see and what you'll do in week 4 will unlock a whole host of ideas between you all. Thirdly, use it, don't lose it. A personal favorite of mine. You've learned an incredible amount of content through our APA training camp. And it's important that you consolidate this knowledge by way of making notes or doing some flashcards, or perhaps even writing a blog post and sharing that on LinkedIn. Make sure you put yourself in the best position possible to be able to harness all of the information that you've acquired. And then finally, the last point, share your ideas for autonomous agents on socials using the hashtag APA Training Camp. Your thoughts and your words can serve as an inspiration to others to help kickstart them on their APA journey. And we all win when we all contribute. And remember, we're here to help. So visit our community forums to ask questions and make sure you connect with fellow participants in the APA training camp. You're not alone. There are literally thousands of others who are doing this with you. So participate, buddy up, and enjoy the final week. Finally, it's been an absolute pleasure for all of us to produce and share this training camp with you. So please share what you've accomplished with your colleagues and friends on the socials with the hashtag and stay connected in the community forums. Anyway, that's enough of me. Go be great and get building some AI agents.